rounds up to 63 HRC, guys. Dana, Marco, Stevie. What I'm grinding, guys. This is my favorite design so far. This is the Heathens. Having 63.5 micro G. They're all right around 63. There's always been a big debate about the cost of consumables when grinding higher HRC steels. I can't comment on it because I haven't ground anything less than 62 so far. See, that was 4 passes without a dip and no discoloration at all. Because as I can tell by the evaporation of the water on the backside of the blade. Nice, pretty grind line. Still got a ways to go though. So we lost some folks. I apologize, guys. Y'all gotta have to entertain yourselves. Bevel's climbing up quite nicely in a big straight line. I like that. I plan to leave these Heathens a little thicker behind the edge. You know, they're slightly harder to use knife. However, when I say a little thicker, I mean like between 15 and 20 thou. So, you know, your average TRM, spider coat. I don't know what happened. It just flashed and said I'm live. I don't know if it's cutting out or what it's doing. knocked down the motor. I don't know if y'all heard that. In case there's any strangers in here, don't know what's going on. We're making knives. Getting pretty close to the spine there. Not quite at my center line yet. May have to do a slight angle adjustment. That's pretty good for considering I haven't touched it at all. An adjustment anyway. If you're wondering what this little bar is, little bar right here, that's there, that's clamped on, so every time I go up and I hit the edge of my platen, my plunge stops at exactly the same spot. Not every knife I've ground has had perfect plunges, but they're getting better as I get more experience. They're much bigger, better knife makers. Been doing it for years longer than I have. Don't always have perfect plunges. Almost done with this side. Looks like it's gonna hit purpose, I think. It's gonna go right to the spine and to the center line at the same time. I got lucky on that one. That grind looks pretty damn good. However, I realize I'm a little thicker out here at the belly than I am at the skull, which is almost always the case. So I'm thinning that area out a little bit now. some of them. That is exactly what I wanted. Really nice, pretty grind. Nice grind lines. Still thinner behind the edge than average. I just want to show you guys what I got in this week. So I got in from Heat Treat several Heathens. I got in several Goons. These guys are in M4 at 64 and a half. And I got in 5 Joke Wolf blanks. I'm hoping those don't take very long to grind, as tiny as they are. But that's what I've got to work on this week. I'm not as balls to the wall as I was, man. I'm a little wore out. Got some pain going on between my shoulder blades. I don't know what's up with that. I'm gonna grab myself something to drink, take a break for a moment, see who all's in here. Just bear with me. Get these outside lights turned on. Run all these deer off. Jumped out in the road in front of me on the way here again tonight, just right around the corner. Probably inevitable that I'm going to hit one eventually. Whew. Sit down here, see who all's here. See, there's 20 of y'all. Now there's 17. That's great. So you guys must be the most bored people on the internet. We got Josh Branson, Paul Mills, Michael Upchurch. Michael Upchurch, I don't know if you saw, but I do have a water bucket that I continuously dip. You don't have to dip every pass. When I dip, of course, there's water on both sides of the blades. And early into this, I started testing it to see how often I needed to dip. And when the water on the back side of the blade decided I'm not grinding, when it evaporates completely, that blade's at about 250 degrees, which is fine. That doesn't affect temper at all. You can dip less if you run a mister, but you still have to dip occasionally. Cheeto Feldman's here, Preston Woods, Neil McKenzie. Preston Wood, I don't recognize your name, buddy. If you're new here, welcome. Demonock, Dr. Drew Dude. When you dip, he dips, we dip. I'm not dipping right this minute, but I feel we'll sit this where I can open my water. You get a good profile of my fat belly. I know everybody wants to see that. That's how you drink your water, boys, all at once. Would like to have satisfaction of making. Oh, hang on. Something like a knife, pretty cool. Michael Upchurch, I'm hoping to make that possible for the community. It might, dude, it might be a year. I don't know. Hopefully less, but I am planning to purchase a heat treat oven so that guys can go to Harbor Freight and buy a 1x30 grinder and some decent belts for it and grind out a knife of their own, send it to me. I can heat treat it and get it sent back to them because that seems to be everybody's biggest hurdle is finding somebody to heat treat for them. And I'd love to be that guy. Not for the money, because I mean I wouldn't charge much. I'd just love to be able to make that possible for everybody. There's old Chucky. How you doing, buddy? How's that knee doing? Joe, I just got your package. What you getting from Joe, Stevie? I got a couple of packages today. I got those blanks. And I got some annealed steel from Alpha Knife Supply and some from Pop's Knife Supply. So I got some M4 in there and some Nitro V. Yeah, Michael Upchurch, that's a talent though, buddy. I promise you. I can teach anybody how to make a flat ground knife, and just because I figured out how to do it, anybody can do it. But I could walk anybody through making a flat ground knife. But to do those beautiful hollows that Dave does, that's not something you can teach somebody. That's just a talent. You either have it. I'm not saying you can't develop it and get better at it, but Dave was just a natural. And I don't think you guys realize either. Dave goes through 4 or 5, about 72 belts doing one regrind. He has to keep those abrasives fresh at all times to give those consistent and beautiful grind lines that he gets. It's very costly for him to do. So if you're one of the ones that got lucky and got Dave to do a regrind and he didn't charge you anything, if you get the chance, man, go on Combat Abrasives or somewhere. Just buy the guy a few belts. He can never have enough belts. I guarantee you that. But if he was kind enough to do your regrind for free, because I know Dave, a lot of people he just wouldn't let pay him in the beginning. That is a way that you can have him shipped to his house and he can't argue it. Dave is the man. You're correct. I don't know that if I had a 10 or 12-inch wheel right now, I don't know how many months it would take me. There's a chance that I might not ever be able to do a hollow grind like Dave does. It's just a lot harder than what people think it is. Yeah. There's Kathleen. How you doing, Kathleen? I was just live for a minute, taking a break from grinding. I'm going to go back in there and grind the other side of this knife in a minute. I thought I'd be just wide open when those things came in and get them all knocked out. But man, I struggled all day yesterday. My hands felt like they were on fire all day. I couldn't get them to stop. Well, that led to me laying around most of the day yesterday, all night last night, most of the day today. So now my back and shoulders are sore from laying around too much. It was just a snowball effect of poor decisions. But let me finish this bottle of water in a second. We'll get back to grinding. I don't know how interesting that is for y'all, or I might try to set the camera up a little different so you can see you're not seeing it from, all the way from the side, get a little different angle. You can do it if you practice. Well, I think I can too. I just need, I need to get the wheel, first of all. But, this is another thing, guys. If I get really good at flat grinds and I get mediocre at hollow grinds, should I do hollow grinds? You know what I mean? If you can do one way better than the other, maybe you should just do the one you're comfortable with, that you're good at. Because there's always options, guys. Nobody has to. It's not like people are going to be stuck with only buying my knives. There are people that aren't going to buy them at all. So, yeah, you're right, Joe. It does depend on the knife, what you're going to do with it. Hologrinds are great for cutting lots of things, and I've had with where when it hits the flat, it creates a lot of friction and doesn't cut good after that. Just different scenarios. I don't see any animals out here tonight. I'm sure they're out there just beyond the line of light that I can see. There's deer tracks everywhere out here. Uh, there were deer tracks inside the shop before we got the doors on. We had the building built. They would just come in at night, check the place out, and leave tracks all over the concrete. What's up, Mark Parks? Well, that's history. Let's get back at it. In case you were wondering, yes, I did swing and get momentum to get up out of that swing. I don't know how loud this fan is for you guys in here, man, but I can't be without it. I apologize. If it's a situation where I can't have it on, we'll just have to not do these for a little while, because the weather has gotten much tamer lately, but it's still, the heat accumulates in this shop all day, and it can be quite miserable when I get here. Sorry about, I'm setting up my tripod in case you're wondering why I'm all over the place. Not really paying attention to where I'm pointing. I'm gonna try to get y'all, I don't know if it's a better angle, but maybe a different angle on the grinding. Alright, so I gotta go flip this blade around. I'll be right back. Got her flipped around. When grind this side. One thing I want to show you, when you switch sides on all decent belt grinders, there's a side-to-side adjustment. You see how there's no belt on this edge of the wheel? It's because the belt's pushed this way to meet flush with the edge of this platen. So when I turn this back on, it's actually set up to grind that other side. So I've got an adjustment here pull that belt over if you watch it. Pull it over towards this way. First pass. Let's clean up this belt just a bit. Hang on a second. For those of you who were here, we just learned that trick a few days ago. So you still see. You guys really can't see anything like that, can you? Starting to have to dip a little more often as that blade gets thinner and thinner, it heats up faster. Where before I could get 3 or 4 passes, now I can usually get 2. I can feel like my platinum's off out of adjustment again. It's going to take a few minutes for me to get it straightened out, so I'm going to jump off here. As you can see, it's not over this way far enough. That requires some bolt loosening and tightening and readjusting. So anyway, I'm going to jump off here and get that done. I'll see you guys later, man.